Did you know that a seismic shift is happening in South Asia's geopolitical landscape? One that could reshape India's influence in the region. In 2025, a new alliance led by China, Pakistan, and Bangladesh is gaining momentum, with 8 countries reportedly tilting away from India's orbit. Is this the beginning of the end for India's regional dominance? Watch until the end, because the number 1 country on our list will absolutely shock you. Buckle up as we dive into the details of this emerging power bloc and explore why these nations are aligning with China, Pakistan, and Bangladesh in a move that's sending ripples across Asia. Let's start at number 8, Myanmar. Myanmar's strategic position makes it a key player in this shifting dynamic. With the ongoing civil war and economic challenges, Myanmar has increasingly leaned on China for support through the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). In 2025, China's investments in Myanmar's infrastructure, like the Kyaukphyu deep seaport, have deepened economic ties, with trade volumes reaching $10 billion annually. Pakistan and Bangladesh, both BRI participants, are also engaging Myanmar through regional forums, sidelining India's efforts to counterbalance China via projects like the India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway. Myanmar's pivot is driven by its need for stability and investment, but it's a blow to India's Act East policy, which aims to secure influence in Southeast Asia. As Myanmar drifts closer to this trilateral nexus, India faces challenges securing its northeastern borders, especially given Myanmar's proximity to the sensitive Siliguri corridor. At number 7, we have Maldives. This island nation has been a battleground for India-China rivalry for years, but 2025 marks a decisive tilt toward Beijing. The Maldives government has embraced Chinese loans and infrastructure projects, including the $1.4 billion Male Hulhumali Bridge, strengthening economic ties. Posts on X highlight growing anti-India sentiment, with Maldivian leaders criticizing New Delhi's influence as overbearing. Meanwhile, Pakistan and Bangladesh are engaging the Maldives through the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC), offering diplomatic support. This shift was evident when the Maldives skipped a BIMSTEC summit hosted by India in April 2025, opting instead for a China-led regional dialogue. For India, losing sway over the Maldives threatens its maritime security in the Indian Ocean, where it has traditionally held dominance. Number 6 is Sri Lanka. Once a close partner of India, Sri Lanka is navigating a delicate balancing act. In 2025, its debt to China has soared to $7 billion, with the Hambantota port leased to China for 99 years serving as a stark reminder of Beijing's grip. The recent India-Pakistan crisis in May 2025, sparked by the Pahalgam terrorist attack, saw Sri Lanka adopt a neutral stance, avoiding India's call for regional support against terrorism. Instead, Sri Lanka attended the China-Pakistan-Bangladesh trilateral meeting in Kunming in June 2025, signaling openness to a new regional bloc excluding India. Pakistan's cultural outreach, including scholarships for Sri Lankan students, and Bangladesh's growing trade ties with Colombo further erode India's influence. Sri Lanka's hedging strategy reflects its economic dependence on China and a desire to avoid entanglement in India-Pakistan tensions. Coming in at number 5 is Nepal. Nepal's geographic position between India and China makes it a critical swing state. In 2025, Nepal has deepened ties with China through BRI projects like the Kathmandu-Pokhara Railway, with investments exceeding $3 billion. The China-Pakistan-Bangladesh trilateral framework has also included Nepal in discussions, as seen in a May 2025 meeting with Afghanistan and Pakistan. Nepal's frustration with India stems from unresolved border disputes, like the Kalapani issue, and India's perceived delays in infrastructure projects. Bangladesh's interim government under Muhammad Yunus has also reached out to Nepal, offering trade concessions. Posts on X suggest Nepal's public is increasingly skeptical of India's intentions, viewing China as a more reliable partner. This shift challenges India's historical leverage over Nepal's economy and security. At number 4, Afghanistan emerges as a surprising player. Since the Taliban's return in 2021, Afghanistan has leaned heavily on China for economic survival. In 2025, China's $2 billion investment in Afghanistan's mining sector and the extension of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC) to Kabul have solidified this partnership. Pakistan, a longtime ally of Afghanistan, has facilitated these ties, with joint military exercises in early 2025. Bangladesh's involvement, though nascent, includes humanitarian aid and trade talks, as seen in the China-Pakistan-Afghanistan trilateral in May 2025. India's influence in Afghanistan has waned since its withdrawal of development projects post-2021, and New Delhi's focus on countering Pakistan's role in the April 2025 Pahalgam attack has further isolated it. Afghanistan's alignment with this bloc raises security concerns for India, particularly regarding cross-border terrorism. Number 3 is Bhutan, traditionally India's closest ally in South Asia. However, 2025 has seen subtle cracks in this relationship. China's diplomatic overtures, including border talks resolving disputes in northern Bhutan, have gained traction. Beijing's offer of economic aid, estimated at $500 million in 2025, contrasts with India's slower pace in funding Bhutan's development projects. Pakistan and Bangladesh have engaged Bhutan through regional platforms like the OIC, with Bangladesh offering technical expertise in hydropower. While Bhutan remains cautious, its participation in a China-led quadrilateral dialogue with Nepal and Pakistan in 2020 and renewed talks in 2025 signals a hedging strategy. For India, losing Bhutan's unwavering support would be a strategic setback, given its proximity to the Siliguri corridor. At number 2, Pakistan is a driving force in this new alignment. Pakistan's all-weather friendship with China, bolstered by the $62 billion CPEC, has intensified in 2025. The May 2025 India-Pakistan crisis saw Pakistan deploy Chinese-made drones and missiles, showcasing military reliance on Beijing. Pakistan's rapprochement with Bangladesh, marked by high-level visits and a 27% trade increase in late 2024, has created a new axis. The Kunming trilateral meeting in June 2025, where Pakistan, China, and Bangladesh discussed a SAARC alternative, underscores Islamabad's intent to counter India's regional influence. Pakistan's outreach to other South Asian nations, like offering military hardware to Bangladesh, further amplifies this challenge. For India, Pakistan's role in this bloc heightens the threat of a two-front challenge alongside China. And now, the number 1 country that will shock you: Bangladesh. Once India's closest ally in South Asia, Bangladesh's pivot in 2025 is a game-changer. After the ouster of Sheikh Hasina in August 2024, the interim government under Muhammad Yunus has recalibrated its foreign policy. China has invested $230 million in Bangladesh since August 2024, overtaking India as its top trading partner with $24 billion in bilateral trade. Bangladesh's military ties with Pakistan, including participation in the Aman-25 naval exercise and talks for JF-17 jet purchases, signal a strategic shift. The Kunming trilateral meeting in June 2025, where Bangladesh committed to a new regional bloc with China and Pakistan, has alarmed India. Dhaka's accusations of India pushing 260 undocumented migrants across the border in May 2025 have fueled anti-India sentiment, with protests chanting Delhi or Dhaka. Dhaka, Dhaka. Bangladesh's non-aligned stance, balancing China's economic clout and India's historical ties, poses a direct challenge to New Delhi's regional dominance. So, is this game over for India? Not quite, but the rise of this China-Pakistan-Bangladesh axis, backed by 8 countries, is a wake-up call. India's strategic autonomy, bolstered by its growing ties with the US and Quad, and its economic clout as the world's 5th largest economy, give it leverage to counter this shift. However, New Delhi must address regional grievances, like border disputes and delayed projects, to regain trust. The 2025 India-Pakistan crisis and Bangladesh's pivot highlight the need for proactive diplomacy. As South Asia's geopolitical chessboard evolves, India faces a complex challenge, balancing its global ambitions with regional stability. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding saga, and let us know in the comments what you think about this new alliance.